students, how are you all? I hope you are fine. Welcome to today's class. Our today's lesson is chapter 1 and today's topic is square root. I would like to divide my lecture into three parts. First one is basic discussions. The second one is finding square root by prime factorization method, and third one is solving problems from exercise 1.1. So let's begin. All right, first of all, we will discuss what is square. Suppose you are given a side length of 5 centimeter and you are asked to find the area. So we know when only side length is given and we are asked to find the area, then we just find the area of the square by multiplying this side 2 times, that is 5 times 5. The area will be 25. You can see that this is the square. This is the shape of a square. So if the number is 5, then the square of this 5 is 25. Similarly, if the length is say 10 centimeter, then we multiply this by 10 times 10. Side, this is 10, this is 10. If we multiply this 10 by 10, we will get 100. So the square of 10 will be 100. This is how we can find the square of any number. That is, if a number is multiplied by itself, it is called the square. We can write like this, say number is 2 and the square is 2 times 2. So we can also write 2 square and we will find 2 times 2 is equal to 4. This is, you know that this is called the index or the power of this number. Again, we can write another one, 3 times 3, 3 to the power 2 and 3 to the power 2. This 2 is called square, 3 square is called is equal to 9. So the square of 3 is 9. This is how we can find so many squares of any number. Again, you can see another example. Let's 3 dots are given and you are asked to make a square shape with these 3 dots. So if we want to make a square shape, so what we do? We just do we draw 3 here, 3 dots here, and again 3 dots here. Then we can get a shape like this. And if you count here, there are 9 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 dots. So the square of 3, if the number is 3, then its square is 9. So this is another example to find how finding squares. Let's write a chart of some numbers. Here number, natural numbers, number, here square. So what is the if the number is 1, what will be its square? Square will be 1 times 1. 1 times 1 is equal to 1. So if a number is 1, then its square is 1. If a number is 2, the square is 2 times 2, 4. If a number is 3, then 3 times 3 is equal to 9. Okay, and like this or so on, we can find any square of any integer number. And you can see if the number is integer, the square is also integer. So like this, you can find the square of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Now, these are called perfect squares. These numbers are called perfect squares. Why it is called perfect squares? Why it is called perfect squares? These are called perfect squares because now if we find the root, what is root again? Square root. We are discussing about square root. So now we will try to find square root. Again, see, if you are given a square, any square area, you are given any area of a square and you are asked to find the side. What is side? What is the side of this area? So what we do, if the area is 4, say 4, if the area is 4, then we can say that if the area is 4, then this side is 2, this side is 2, this side is 2. How? Because we know area is equal to side times side, and side is, if the side is 2, then 2 times 2 is 4. So if the area is 4, the side is 2. So if area is square, then side is the square root. Side is called the square root. So what is the square root again? The square root, if square is the area, then the side is the square root. Okay, so today we will discuss how to find square root. There are two methods finding square roots. One is prime factorization method. Prime factorization. And another one is long division method. Long division method. Today we will discuss prime factorization method only for finding square roots. So again, I would like to give you a reminder why these squares are called perfect squares, because if we find the root, we will get another integer. These are integers, and if we find the root, then it will be another square. Suppose for 1, the square root is 1, square root. The root is 1 for 1. If the square is 4, the square root is 2. If the square is 9, the root is 3. If the square is 16, the root is 4. We just take 1 from this pair, the square root. Okay, so if square is the number multiplied 2 times, that is 4 times 4, so only 4 is the square root. So again, you can see this number, we multiply 2 times, we get squares, and if we take only 1 from these multiples, we will get square root. So basically number is equal to this square root of any square. Okay, so let's do some maths by finding square roots by prime factorization method. Okay, now we will find the square root by prime factorization method. Say 36. What is the square root of 36? At first we would like to do Euclid method in this number, that is 36. At first we would like to divide this 36 by the lowest prime number, that is divided by 2. If it is divisible by 2, then we will divide it by 2. If it is not divisible by 2, then we will divide this by 3. At first this is an even number, so we can divide it, obviously we can divide it by 2. Now if we divide it by 2, we will get 18. Again this is an even number, again we can divide it by 2, we will get 9. And this is an odd number, we now try to divide this number by 2, or if it is not divisible by 2, then we will divide it by 3. So what we get, 3 times 3 is 9. Now look, 36 can be written as the multiples of these prime numbers, like 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. So we just break this 36 into some multiples of the prime numbers. Here we can find 2 pairs, that is pair of 2 and pair of 3. Now if you can remember that the square, if the square is given, then the root is the square is given, then square root is the side. Square root is the side only. Okay, if this is the area or square is given, then the root is the only side. So suppose this is the square, this is the area, this is the area. So what is the side? What is the side? Only 2. Here the side is only 3. So now we want to take only 1 from this pair of 2 and 1 from this pair of 3. That is, if we take only 2 here, and from here we take 3, and now if we multiply these 2, we will get 6. So the square root of 6, the square root is 6. So the square root of 36 is 6. Since we do prime factorization in this math, so this method is called prime factorization method. and the symbol of the square root is this one. This is the symbol of square root. So if we write 36, square root of 36, we will get 6. You understand? Now we will solve some problems from exercise number 1.1 by prime factorization method. Let's see, from chapter number from exercise number 1.1, exercise 1.1, we will do at first math number 1a 169. Let's do this. If we have to, what is the question? The question, find the square root of the number by prime factorization method. Now if we do prime factorization of this number, at first we will try to divide it by 2. This is an odd number, so it cannot be divided by 2. Now we want to divide it by 3, so let's do rough here. Okay, so if we want to divide it by 3, then we can get 5 3s are 15, 1 and 9, and 19 is a prime number, so we cannot divide it by 19, so it is not divisible by 3. Next prime number is 5. Obviously it is not divisible by 5 because there is no 0 at the unit place, or there is no 5 in the unit place, so it is not divisible by 5. Again we can say we can divide it by 7, and also we cannot divide it by 7. If you want to check, you can do rough. Then next prime number is 11, and obviously this is not divisible by 11. Next prime number is 13, so and we can see that it is divisible by 13. So if we divide, we will get 13. Now you see, we can write this number as the multiple of 13 times 13. So what is the square root of this number? The square root of this number, square root of, therefore 169, the square root of 169 is 13, because the square is 13 times 13 and the square root is only 13. Okay, now move on to next example. Now let's do problem number 1c. What is the number here? The number is 1521. Now we want to divide it by any prime number. At first it is not divisible by 2 because this is an odd number. So now let's divide this number by 3. Okay, if we divide this number by 3, we will get what? 1521 divided by 3. 3 5s are 15. 2, this is not divisible, so we put 0 here, and 3 7s are 21. So it is divisible by 3, and we will get 507. Now we will divide this 507 by another 3. If we check it is divisible by 3 or not. 3 1s are 3, 3 6s are 18, and 3 9s are 27. Now we see this is also divisible by 3, and we get 169. And if you remember the previous problem, we will divide this by only 13, and we will get 13. So 1521 we can write in terms of 3 times 3 this pair, and 13 times 13 this pair. Now what is the square root of this number? Therefore square root of 1521, that is 1521, will be 3 from this pair times 13 from this pair. So 3 times 13 will be 39. So 39 is the square root of 1521. I hope you understand. Now there are two more problems, 1b and 1d. These two same like as this one, this method. You will do it at home. It will be your homework. Okay, now move on to next topic. All right, now let's move on to our next part of the lecture, the application of this prime factorization method. That is some we will do some word problems or some problems from this chapter. Now look in your textbook, exercise 1.1, question number 3. There are some maths. The math asked that what is the least number which is to be multiplied with the following numbers to get a perfect square numbers. Let's question number 3, we will do 3b at first. What is the least number which is to be multiplied with the following numbers to get a perfect square number? That is, the given number is 384, and we need to find what minimum number should be multiplied by this number so that this number is a prime factor, perfect square. This number is obviously this number is not a square number, perfect square number. So if we Euclid this number, this is a even number, so if we divide this number by 2, the time is too short. For this reason I just do just quick calculation. If we divide it by 2, we will get 192, and again if we divide this number by 2, we will get 96. Again we divide this by 2, we will get 48. Again divided by 2, we will get 24, and so on. Okay, now see, if we write this number as the multiples of these numbers, that is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 3. All right, so if we multiplied all these numbers with these numbers, we will get 384. Now try to make pairs. How many pairs can we make? We can make the pairs of the same numbers, like this one, and this one. And look here, this 2 has no pair with another 2, and this 3 also has no pair with another 3. So these are okay, these are no problem, there are no problem, these are square numbers, but this 2 is not square and this 3 is not perfect square. So we will we get 2 numbers here without pairs, that is 2 and 3. So without pair, 2 numbers, 2 and 3. So what is this total amount? The total amount is 2 times 3 is 6. So if we multiply this number by 6, minimum 6, if we multiply this number minimum 6, if we multiply this number with 6, we can get a perfect square number. How? If we multiply this number by 6, we will get a 2 and a 3. So if we multiply this by another 2 and another 3, so this will be also perfect square number. So the whole number will be perfect square like this. So the answer, the minimum number is, the least number is, the least number is 6. Here you should write some description here, like we can see that only 2 and 3 has no pairs with itself, so the least number will be 2 times 3, 6. So like this you can give the description of this number. Now there are 2 more number, there are some homework for this question also for you. From question number 3 you will do question number A, question number C and question number D. You will do this at home. This is also your homework. So now we will do another math, like if you read question number 4, if you read question number 4, you will see exactly same, but not instead of multiplied by, it is given with divided by. So let's read the question. What is the least number which is to be divided, not multiplied? In previous problem the question was what is the least number which is to be multiplied, and this question is asked what is the least number which is to be divided by the following number so that the quotient would be perfect square. Now let's do another problem here. If we do number B, 4b, we will do 4b. The given number is 4056. So at first, the first step is to find the prime factorization of this number. So this is an even number, so we will divide it by 2 and we will get 42028. If we divide this again 2, we will get 1014. If we divide this number again by 2, we will get 507. Now if we divide this number by 3, we will get 169. Now finally, if we divide it by 13, we will get 13. So now make pairs. So if we write the multiples of prime numbers, we will get 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 13 times 13. Now make pair. We will get this pair and we will get this pair. So look here, we get only 2 pairs of same numbers, that is 2 times 2 1 pair, and the second pair is 13 times 13. So these 2 are square numbers, no problem with that. But here 2 and 3 is not in pair with the same number. So if we want to make the number 4056 a perfect square. Now look, the previous problem we multiplied these 2 pairs with these 2 and another 3. But this problem, the question asked which least number should be divided by. So now we will not multiply this time, we will just divide. In previous problem we just multiplied, now we just divide. So exactly same, only the language is changed, only the word is changed. So to get make a perfect, we have to divide it by 2 times 3, that is 6. This 2 number has no pair, so we have to remove it, we have to put it out. So if we want to put it out, we have to divide these 2 numbers together, that is 2 times 3, that is 6. If we divide this number by 6, then it will become a perfect square number. You can check it out how. At first you divide this number by 6 and then you try to see that whether that is a perfect number or not. Like this you can also check your answer. So answer is, the least number is 6. So I think you understand these problems. Now there are also some homework for you in this question number from 4. You will do B, A and C. B is already done, so you will do A and C. So what is your total homework? There are 3 homeworks for you. From question number 1 there are some homeworks, from question number 3 there are some homeworks, and from question number 4 there are some homeworks. So you will do this at home, you practice. We will see our next topic is finding square root by long division method. So till then, goodbye, and you practice this maths, stay with maths, stay home, stay safe. Till then, goodbye.